This next technique, we're going to demonstrate our single leg on shoulder guard pass, okay? So from here, I'm going to have Buster on his back right here. I'm going to be in Buster's guard. We've got some crucial details to make these techniques work. A lot of it has to do with our posture, and a lot of it is just how we are with our legs. I don't want my legs out, I don't want them open like this. I need them to be kind of parallel to each other, so I bring them up, and I'd like them to be underneath his butt. Because if my legs are open, he has all this hip room right here, and it makes him super strong to where he can pull me forward, and I don't want that. If I bring my knees underneath his hips, from here, he has no wiggle room, okay? So I want to make sure that I'm sitting flat on my feet. I'm going to reach up, I'm going to grab some material right here, I'm going to put my hand in the center of his sternum, square it up, I'm going to find his hip, and from here I'm going to tuck my butt underneath. I'm going to round it. When I round it like that, it's going to put pressure on the back of his feet. Then from here, our little cadence is going to be up, out, in, out. So I've kind of established like a fighting stance. This knee right here is in the center of his butt cheek going into his spine. This knee is back. I'm going to start turning my body. I have really no pressure into this hand. It's not necessary unless he tries to sit up on me. So then from here, this hand's going to slide back inside like the crook of his knee. And what I'm going to do is sit back and push his knee forward with my weight. Then from this position, I'm going to slide this hand back and I'm going to start scooping this leg. This is where we get into the reference leg on shoulder pass. This hand is super tight. We also refer to this position as the L position. From here, I'm going to cause lots of pressure forward, taking his knee to his shoulder. My hand's going to come in and I'm going to grab his gi. I'm up on the balls of my feet right here, lots of pressure. I'm going to tippy toe around. Now as I get to the point, I'm going to drop my hips and pop my head up. As that happens, I'm going to slide right into place, right into our over-under position that we've learned in our positional drills, okay? So this is the leg on shoulder pass. All right, one more time. Call it out for you. This is how you would like to teach it in a class. You got your knees in. This is your posture. So knees tight, butts round, hands in position. So posture, up, out, in, out, hand on the knee, push and sit, scoop the leg, leg on shoulder, L position, thumb in the collar, balls of the feet, tippy toe around, here, just slide right into place. I'm right into my position in the over under, okay? This is our leg on shoulder pass from a closed guard. Our second pass from the closed guard is going to be the staple pass. So from here, I got Buster here back into the closed guard. We're in position, okay? Now we demonstrated our posture out and out. We're going to repeat the same process. So I have all the same moves. I'm right to here. I rise up, out, in, out. I push on the inside of the knee. I sit. I scoop the leg. This is what I refer to as our home base. This is our home base position for all of our basic fundamental passes. Okay, I've already established a basic grip right here. I've got a little pressure on him, okay? Well, now I have this hole right here. So what I'm gonna do is bring my knee up right to here, and I am going to drop my knee down like a duck walk. I am essentially stapling his leg. So the ball of my foot right here is on the floor. I'm coming over the top, and I'm just like stapling his leg. Still got my basic grip right here, and his leg is on my shoulder. Well, it's hard for me to progress because his hamstrings are kind of tight. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in and scoop his neck, but to be able to get there, I'm gonna cup his leg right here, put it in my bicep. I don't want this foot to touch the floor. So I'm cupping it right here on my bicep as this hand comes in to the neck. I've got lots of shoulder pressure from here. Then I'm gonna take this foot, I'm gonna back step. All my weight is on him. My hand here grabbing the leg is going to come down and block his hip. I'm going to double under position. From here, I'm going to come up, get my lockdown with my short underhook. Okay? One more time. So we'll just start here from the L position. So I'm in the L position. I got my grip. I can, just to put this in some context, I've already got my first pass. So I start coming around here like this. He blocks my hip. So then from here, I'm going to circle around, hit my staple, move the leg, scoop his neck, back step, double under, into my lockdown. okay? So that's a good demonstration of how to get to that, staple pass. The staple pass is a secondary pass off of a failure of the single leg on shoulder pass, okay? One more little detail for you guys. Let's say his feet are on my hips, okay? This is what we consider like an open guard. So now I'm gonna go on the insides of his knees. I'm gonna push one knee down, scoop the leg, and I'm right into my L position, okay? This is a good little side drill that you can practice. It's just being here. Okay, and one more just tier of it. If I were to be standing like this, I could put my hands here and I could get right in a position, come around, he blocks my hip right there. I could come in right here, do the staple pass, he blocks my knee. If he pushes my knee and stops it, well, I'll just come back to the pass again. So those are some examples of what's gonna happen, you know, because like if you're doing like punching and kicking and stuff, you know, I got two hands here, I'm gonna hit him with my left, I'm gonna hit him with my right. Well, on the passing game, I'll go around one way, it fails, I go the other way. If it fails, I go back. So just a little strategy for passing the guard, okay? That's the staple pass from the L position. Our next pass is going to be the double under pass, or what we refer to as the double scoop pass, okay? And this is going to happen from closed guard, or we'll show a little variation from the open guard as well. So I got Buster down here on his back. We're going to repeat a lot of the same stuff that you've already seen, where I'm locked up just like this. Immediately get my posture. So here's the thing that I think is really important. However you get to the guard, if they pull you into the guard, you escape and you end up in the guard, you're probably going to be down here like this because they're hugging on to you. What's got to happen for you guys is you got to be able to get to posture. So from here, I'm going to be wiggling back, get my knees under his butt, get my position right to here, tuck my butt, I'm tough. Then here I rise up, out, in, out, sit, push the knee down. Then from here, I'm going to get a scoop, okay? So as I got a scoop right here, I might try to go leg on shoulder pass. He blocks my hip. That happens. I try to come in here like this. He pushes my knee and swings his leg around. As that happens, I'm going to scoop underneath it right to here. Now, what's cool about this is now I can't get triangle, okay, because I got two arms out, all right, and that makes it safer for me. So now what's going to happen is I'm going to clasp my hands together down here by his hips and his belt. I'm going to push forward, come up on the balls of my feet, and I'm going to kind of scoop him. As that happens, I'm going to open his gi up, put a hand in, come out on the balls of my feet. My free hand here is going to come back and grab the back of his butt or his pants. And I'm just going to rock in. Then from here, I'm going to drop my hips and bring my head up. It helps me clear both of them. And I'm going to land right into my double underpass or over-under position, okay? So that was one variation. So let's say here, I got feet on the hips. Hands are like this. Bring my hands down, flare them out, scoop. Push them forward. I can come up, scoop them like that too. Get my cross grip. Pressure, pressure, pressure. Come around. Just like that. That's the secondary variation. Okay, so what's cool about the double scoop pass is it teaches a really good fundamental to always get both hands out. And that'll help prevent you from getting triangle, okay? So that's two good variations. One was a failure of the staple pass. They swing the leg, you catch it. Another one, you could just double scoop and you could go straight to it. Okay, this next technique is that we're going to share with you is the bullfighter pass. This pass is a standing pass, but to be able to stand first, I'm going to have to teach you how to stand up. So this is one of our technical ways to actually stand up and break the guard, and then we're going to move into the bullfighter pass. Okay? So a lot of things are going to be the same. I'm going to grab the material right here, but this is what's going to change. Instead of my hand on the hip, I'm going to grab his sleeve right here, fingertip grip, and I'm going to put his hand right on his belt knot. I'm going to rise up and put a lot of pressure forward into his chest, and as I do that, I'm going to post this leg. The reason I'm posting this leg is because I'm attacking this arm and preventing him from grabbing my foot. As that happens, my back foot's digging into the ball, and what I'm going to do is push forward, a lot of weight into him, and from here I'm going to just kind of walk in. As I get to here, I'm pinching his hips, and now I'm going to bring my hips forward and pull up. Now I haven't unlocked his guard yet, but I have a lot of pressure on the back of his feet. So if we spin around here like this, here I have lots of pressure, and I'm leaning my hips forward, and I'm not letting this hand go. Okay, but now from here, as what's happening now, since I have this hand grip, I'm going to take my left hand, put it on his knee. I'm going to step back into a fighting stance, and I'm going to put pressure down onto that knee. And then that's going to open his feet up. That's our basic standing pass, or standing up in position. So I'm going to demonstrate that one more time. Coming in, immediately getting grips. Sleeve fingertip grip, belt knot, I'm on the line. 1, pressure. 2, hips pull. Step back from there. What's very common for him, once I get to this position, is his feet are going to go straight to my hips, right to there, okay? So I'm still holding this. Once I feel his feet to my hips, he's probably going to want to pull his hand back. I'm going to let it go. I'm going to come on the insides of his pants. I'm on the insides. Now what's going to happen is I'm going to push his knees into his chest, and I'm going to move my butt back. As I do that, I'm like this. So from here, let's turn this way. As you can see, what I don't want you to do is push in and jump back like this, okay? I'm barely moving. All I'm doing is pushing in and moving my butt back. As this starts to happen, I'm going to step out here. As I step out, I'm going to push his knees around. I'm going to bring this leg back, around, and push his legs through. And you can see the step. I push his legs to the side as I swing this leg through to here, just like this. One really good drill, especially as a warm-up, just starting right here, pushing in, stepping, and moving. Pushing in, stepping, and moving. And this is our bullfighter pass. Now, I showed you one common way, stand up. Well, here too, if I'm just hanging out and his feet are on my hips, I might just stand up and start pushing them in and going, and that's just would be another reference point. Here too, he might be sitting like this, and I can come in, and before he even connects to my hips, I just kind of touch, push, and go right to the knee ride, okay? So that is our bullfighter pass, couple variations. Most importantly, learning how to stand up in posture, okay? So get into position, sleeve, 1, up, here, popping your hips forward, stepping back, pushing that knee, and then get into your reference point, okay? Bullfighter pass. Okay, we're gonna be working on guard. So the top of guard, we're gonna focus on getting posture. A lot of people really struggle with this. And a lot of times, you know, guys always come in, my arms are really tired, my hands are really tired. Top of guard, we don't wanna use our arms and we don't wanna use our hands, okay? We wanna get into a perfect position to use our hips and our legs and our lower back, okay? So we're gonna talk first about dealing with breakdowns when people are breaking us down, and you know we got to do a small percentage of hand fighting, okay, to get us to the point. And this is like the certain position that we're going to get to is going to be like our landing pad. Once we get to the landing pad, everything goes from the landing pad, okay? Because once we get onto the landing pad, then we're actually gonna accelerate and then be able to work our passing game, okay? So I want to start first with just kind of like basic posture with my legs, okay? So like, so you see here like this, when I'm sitting, I don't want to be forward and I don't want to be like this with a straight back, okay? So what I like to do is I'll either be pinching their hips or my knees are going to be in nice and tight and I get them what I call on the rack. Now the thing is when I'm just sitting like this, nice and comfortable, what makes me super strong is when I engage my hips and my lower back. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to like roll my hip under, okay? So I roll my hip under like this, and then from here, when you roll your hip under, you're going to feel a lot of pressure go to the top of your feet, which is actually going to kind of like root you to the ground. So when I roll my back just like this, all my pressure's there, and then I'm going to squeeze my butt. So now my back is kind of rounded, okay? Kind of look like a hunchback. And and this is what's going to expand me, because you got to think about when their legs are wrapped around you. I want to be like the jaws of life. The jaws of life goes in between two objects and it expands. So when I'm here like this, I sit, I'm in, my feet are tight, I start rolling my hips, I start rounding my back. And you'll kind of see me get a little thicker, okay, in a good way for jiu-jitsu. Okay, so we're going to start with just that. Okay, so I got Tony here. So let's just start at the landing pad. So here's my back, push me a little bit. Okay, so just the landing pad. If my knees are out wide, okay, what we have is the human triangle. So I got a knee, my head will probably go about right there because I'm super weak. So if he starts pulling me with his legs, boom, all day long. And he should be doing that, okay? We have to learn to counter everything that he's going to be doing and still do what we want to do. So from the top of the guard, I have to hold him and move me. It's very important. And not let him track me every time I make a move. So first thing I want, just to start the landing pad, I can put my hands on his belly, on his ribs. I can get, your basic collar grip, pants grip, whatever you want, okay? But first thing I like to do, even from here, if I'm a little bit lower, I'm on the biceps. Because every time I land in the guard, a lot of times I'm always like, ear to the belly. I like to go from the biceps, and I do what we call a rock and roll. So I'm going to start rocking the boat like this, side to side. Now, when I rock this way, I transfer all my weight to this knee, and you're going to see this knee come in. Then this hand go to the ribs. Then you're going to see me come to this side, and then here. And then literally, my knees are almost touching, and I have him what I call on the rack. Okay? So you'll see how his hips are elevated. All right? Now, from here now, I'm still sitting pretty, but now what I want to do is engage my hips in the lower back. So as that happens, I'm just like this. You'll see my hips rotate, my trunk rotate. Just like that. You see how it almost pulled Tony on top of me. Now I have a lot of pressure. And when I'm here, I'm crunched just like this. My abs are super tight. My butt's squeezing. All the weight goes on the top of my feet, which anchors me back. Now from here, I'm just hanging tough, okay, which is super nice. So now from here, if Tony tries to sit up on me, it's going to be brutal because I'm just going to pop, okay? Now, the thing is about this motion, all right? Move your feet for a second. Just from here, so I have my basic position. If I feel him sitting up on me to attack, all I'm going to do is do the complete opposite to him. He's going to crunch to get me, well, I'm going to hip bump to get to counter his motion. Boom, just like that. Lots of pressure, lots of structure, lots of strength, just like that. And this is an exercise that we can do, okay, together. And it's going to give Tony a great ab workout, okay? So let's say I start in here, my knees are wide, I'm in the biceps, ear to the belly. I start rocking the boat. I rock, knee to the butt cheek, hand to the rib. I rock, knee to the butt cheek, hand to the rib. I settle in, and then here I engage. Boom. I am now at the landing pad, which is super nice for me. Okay, so just a basic drill. If Tony tries to sit up into me, I sit up into him. But now here's the thing. I'm not leaning my head forward. Okay, my hips are, so my head is right here, my hips are coming to about right here. And I'm keeping my lower back engaged, my butt squeezing. From here, I'm maintaining me. Because remember, I gotta hold him and move me. So here, he comes up on me, boom, and we're back down. Again, and back down. See, I'm already breaking his feet. There's so much pressure, okay? So one more time. So now, what I like to do, just from this position, okay, is as he sits up, I'm going to literally just push his knee down. So as he sits up, boom, bop. And man, now the legs are open. I got this hand pinned. We're in our basic reference point. Right here, I can scoop the leg, go for a pass. I'm here like this. I could pinch my elbow, and I could engage my feet and literally hop over and pass. I'm just in a good position. So posture is super nice, okay? But remember where it started, okay? Because now a lot of times, you're going to have, you're going to be stuck down here like this. He might be hugging your head. If he's hugging my head, I pummel in, push that guy down. He might have this hand in the collar. That's fine. He's got the hand and collar. I'm defending this hand. This hand is his choking hand. So I'm holding this, and I'm going to start rocking my boat to start building my frame. My hands come up, and I'm still defending that hand. Once I feel strong enough with my hips engaged, feel that right there, just right there. I engage my hips, and then I go to hands. Boom, I break the grip, and then I'm sitting just like this, okay? And I'm just kind of hanging out right now. I'm not showing a guard break right now. I'm just showing posture and position. Now, don't get me wrong. He can beat this. If he wiggles his butt, boom, boom, boom. You see how he's opening my knees up? He pulls me forward. I'm coming in. When I come in, I'm either, stay right there. I'm either on top of the hands, I'm on inside of the hands, or I'm like 1-and-1. Because I'm always defending these hands. Because these hands are going into my collar. All right? And as long as I'm checking them, I know where they're at. If we're in striking positions, I got elbows, I got punches, I got hammer fists, and stuff like this. Okay? But now, so what do? I just build myself back up to that landing pane. So I start rocking the boat, I rock, get the knee in, hands to the hips, boom, engage. And right now, my hands are like a hovercraft. I'm just hanging out. I'm not doing anything else to manipulate. I just want the basic posture. You got to be able to just hold this and make it a pain in the butt. There's two ways to open the guard, okay? I literally do it by opening and pushing down on his knee, or he gets so tired of being here because his feet hurt that he opens it for me. So if he sits up, boom, I'll just open it. Or two, I'm here like this, and as he's sitting up, I'm countering him, and he just kind of gets tired of it, and then you'll see him kind of sit back and like maybe establish like an open guard. So here, oh, boom, he's already opening up, putting his feet on my hips, just like this, and trying to play a position, okay? So this is a posture lesson, all right? And you have to constantly be practicing posture, all right? But it's some good detail on how to rock to get into position, right? Come up. Don't try to start passing the guard until you have posture. Don't even, and the thing is that was too far. Don't try opening the guard until you have posture, okay? Okay, so now in this video, we're gonna go still posture, and we're gonna go opening the guard from the top person's perspective. Last video was from the bottom person's perspective, so we were just very patient. We held posture. We kind of killed their feet. They got annoyed. They couldn't play their closed guard, so they opened, and we immediately started attacking. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna be in charge, and I'm gonna get to the position that I wanna get in. I'm gonna open the legs up, and I'm gonna get right to that L position again, okay? So go ahead here, Tony, just lay it down. So by being here, right, I'm just hanging out like this. Let's just say I'm working my here, boom, boom, just like this. Now, this hand right here, you can get the grip if you want, and I would prefer that you have them up on the rack. So if I have them up on the rack, that's great. Or two, let's just say my knees are a little open, and I'm kind of just pinching their hips. However you prefer. I prefer the rack, okay, because it makes it a little harder. So now from here, I have two fighting postures, okay? So like imagine that I was a boxer. I could go right hand back, left hand forward, or I could go left hand back, right hand forward. The cool part is though, is that now I can go left hand forward, like just right at the belly button, and I'm just gonna slide this hand back, okay? Now, I want you to imagine like on my elbow, I have a point right here and a point right here, two dots. And then I have the top of his knee and the bottom of his knee, and there's two dots, and they're like magnets. So when I slide this hand back, I'm gonna literally find my two magnets to his two magnets right here on the knee, on the crook of his knee, okay? And my hand is nice and tight to his leg. So I'm literally just gonna rock that guy back right to there, and once I find it, and you'll feel like a little ditch. Here, my shoulder now is connected through my humerus bone into those points. And literally, by being on the rack, just having my hand hanging out tight here, and I literally just side crunch like this, that leg will open right up. It's beautiful. Now, old school, we used to go up, get a knee out, knee in the side of the butt, and I used to get up nice and tall, and I'd make this arm nice and stiff, and then I would use my body drop to open that leg up. That totally still works. I still do it, okay? But new technology has shown us I don't have to establish a stance now. So by just being here, two hands straight, I can literally just slide this hand back right to there, okay? And I can literally connect my shoulder to my elbow to his leg, and my hips are still engaged, and I literally just side crunch. and that just peels that leg nice and open, okay? Now the other cool part about this is by being square, I can go this stance or this stance. I've never opened the guard with my left hand, but now I do, because here it's so simple, because once I connect to that inner knee, just like that, and I got my hands, I literally just break it down just like that, okay? So these are just a basic drill of just, I'm engaged with my hips, I got lead hand at the belly button, I find my points, and I literally just pop. Again, other side, hand at the belly button, slide that in, pop. So now, we got that. So now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna go to here, and once I start popping this off, I'm pushing this down, and I'm gonna immediately start engaging, knee up, stapling. Now, the cool part about this is I am over the leg right now, okay? So if I'm over the leg, I'm just gonna dive pass. But let's say I'm here, and he brings his knee into my belly right to here, which I totally expect. When that starts to come, I'm immediately gonna counter it with a body turn. Boom. Capture that heel, and I'm back up into my L position, okay? And I can do this on both sides. If I can keep it over the leg, I'm solid on a pass, okay? So there's two basic sub positions here. Over the leg with a staple, or under the leg with a staple, okay? So one more time, I'll do it on the other side. Hand at the belly button, I'm just sliding my hand back, my hips are engaged. Boom, I immediately start sliding this guy down. As I'm sliding, I'm gonna go forward. And two, I'm hugging with this armpit on this leg. So as I'm pushing this guy down, I'm here like this, okay? So now I'm staple with an over the leg. Boom, he starts framing into me. Boom, puts that to there. I turn, I capture, and now I'm gonna make it super painful for him. It's gonna suck really bad, okay? So these are our two. That is opening the guard, getting to an L position, which is a staple with an under the leg or a staple with the over. Okay, so I'm going to show another pass that, we've been focusing on posture a lot and getting posture, understanding, is the bottom guy opening the guard or is the top guy opening the guard, and then which passes to do, okay? And two, having obviously having the things that you like is super important, but two, I would like you to study the timeline of what to do in certain reference points. Okay, so we're going to create a reference point really quick. I'm going to get Tony. We're going to work on our staple pass, right? But we're going to work it from here immediately. So I rock the boat, boom, I get my posture, I'm here. Let's go on this side. So now, from here now, okay, as I'm going to open his leg and push his knee to the ground, if I'm attacking this leg, my same side leg is going to immediately start coming up and stapling. So here, I'm going to start attacking this leg, and I'm going to clamp this one. So as I push this one down, I clamp this one so this knee doesn't come up. And as that's happening, I immediately bring this staple over the top. I'm just ready to go on my pass. It's super simple, okay? And to me, that should be your number one. Like, just because it's the fastest. And if you beat this knee, you're already in. You're ready to go, which is awesome. So I'll do this one more time, okay? And then we'll move on to some other stuff. So I'm already in my posture, and I'm already attacking. And the thing is when I open the legs, I don't want to stop. I have a hesitation. Most people, when you hesitate is when you lose or get turned over, okay? So I immediately want to push his knee to the mat and bring my leg up and over, okay? Almost like a transformer. So it's like, boom, belly, back step, in. Okay? It doesn't get any simpler than that, okay? Because a lot of the previous videos we've done is when they bring that staple in and we get to the L. This is before the L, okay? So study that move, try to make that move work. If it works, great. If it doesn't work, they bring that knee in, that's when you're gonna twist your body, get to the L position, and you're gonna go into your passing tactics of leg on shoulder to staple or staple to leg on shoulder. Okay, so now we're going to get into some guard passing concepts, okay? So this is going to be more from a tactical approach of anytime we want to pass the guard, we want to at least have minimum 2 options or 2 guard passes available. So in some previous videos, we've been showing like how to open the guard, if you're on top and you open the guard, or if the bottom guy opens the guard, and then getting to that position, that L position. So we're just going to start this video from feet on the hips, getting to the L position, and then creating a tactic, okay? So from here, a basic reference point for Tony might just be feet on the hips, okay? Now, it could be feet connected, hands not connected, or it could be, we're here like this, hands connected. Hands connected is a little bit more trouble for me because I have to posture. So for me, it's super important if he's got grips just like this, that I immediately try to create that wedge with my combat base. So I bring a leg up, in right to here, and I'm keeping my elbows nice and tight, okay? And then from here, I'm gonna take my elbow, because his foot's on my hip, I'm gonna take my elbow, and I'm gonna start kind of like chicken winging that off. And as I'm doing that, I'm gonna angle to the left. And I'm gonna start immediately pushing this guy down. Now from here, I'm pushing this down, and I'm gonna use my other elbow to start digging up into this. Now, I'm gonna have to break grips and stuff like this and hand fight him a little bit until I get to my L position, okay? So circle this way a little bit. So now, once I'm here, okay, I'm gonna immediately, this hand coming around, I'm immediately just gonna feed my hand and just get a nice tight grip, okay? And I'm palm up. There's gonna be conflict about palm down, palm up. I'm gonna go palm up, just like that, nice and tight. And I keep my elbow tight to his hip, and I posture up. So now from here, if I want, I can make my first move going this way. So all my pressure, this is the start of my tactic, all my pressure's coming this way, and he's gonna hate the shit out of it. Because I'm starting to come down, he's immediately gonna, frame's gonna come up, he's gonna start pushing my knees, I'm making him care about this side of his quadrant. So I'm going here, boom, and then from here I'm gonna do a quick shoulder switch, right to there. Now, I got my hand in the collar, okay, and my hip's to his hip, so what I'm gonna do is drop my elbow to the mat, pull him back, and immediately start working my underhook game, okay? Into some like basic positions here. I'm hip to hip just like this. I could dive over the top. I could get up to a higher quadrant into the over-under, okay? So our first tactic is from the L position is from that staple, I'm making him think I'm coming this way. And when he bites into that frame, I'm gonna loop around the other side, okay? So let's go from the disconnected version. If my hands aren't connected, I'm just gonna push a knee down and I'm immediately gonna dive in on this scoop right to here, and I'm immediately starting to feed this lapel. And I'm just pressuring into him. I'm trying to make him care, and I just come around. My elbow connects to his hip, my hip connects to his hip. I immediately come underneath with this hand and start cupping his shoulder, and I'm gonna pull him back. I'm hip to hip right now, all right? I can either go under the head, I can dive over the top. Here, I can start working up. You know, if I start working up and he puts his hands on my hips and he's defending, I pull this guy up and I get to a high landing pad, okay? So that's gonna be our first tactic from the L position, is getting to that L position, driving super duper hard to the staple side, and then switching the shoulder to the opposite side. Okay, so we're gonna do a pass. We're gonna start breaking down some quadrants of how the bottom guy's attacking us so we can create our passing system off of it, okay? So today we're gonna go, we're gonna do like a basic hack, and we're gonna learn how to defend the scissor sweep. And I got 2 moves for you, okay? So from here, so Tony, jump it on down now. So from here, let's say Tony grabs this sleeve, puts his hand in the collar, drops the foot, hips out, boom, he's got me loaded up, okay? So even here, so let's circle this way, son. Okay, so you can see the shin across my belly, right? The heel blocking my leg and my feet. Now here's the thing. Once the guard is open, we have to have what we call active feet or active toes. So let's go back for a second. So we're here like this. I'm playing my posture game. Tony's got a sleeve and he gets his hand in a collar, but he can't really do much with me, so he's gonna start to open. When he opens and he cuts his hips out, just like this, I'm immediately up on the balls of my feet, okay? I got my pressure into him. My hand is at his hip. He's holding on, putting my hand to his chest, and he's not letting that hand go, which is fine. So now from here, usually you'll get that pull forward like that, and then the kick. Well, when he pulls forward just like this and he goes for the kick, is when I just hop. and then I just smush him, okay, which is a silly little move, okay? But it totally works. But you have to be comfortable committing your weight. Now here's the thing, from my perspective and from Tony's, if he pulls my weight forward, my legs become light and then he can chop my legs. That's from his perspective. But here, if he's got my sleeve, my collar, and he pulls me forward, that makes my weight, my legs really light. If I'm just sensitive to his bottom leg, I literally, and the top one, I literally put all my weight forward on him and I do a leapfrog. Just like that, okay? So that is our first little move, all right? So let's come right here, Tony. So that's our first little move on dealing with the scissor sweep. You just hop over. It's a little hack. Second one, okay, is he's got the hand in my sleeve. He goes foot on the mat and cuts it across my belly. Here. So what I want to do, my hand that's being compressed at his chest, I'm going to just grab some gi. This hand right here, I'm going to get like the belt, the pants, whatever, the hip. And what I want to do is I'm going to bring my, my knee on this side up and in, right to here. And then from here, I'm going to stand and go this way. And when I stand up and go this way, I step. Now, my elbow is blocking his knee so he can't wedge that in. And then from here, I'm going for like a cut pass. So I got his collar right here. His hands are going to be up framing. I'm literally grabbing this guy. I'm going to pull to the ceiling, elbow to the mat here, and I'm going to slide that leg out. Okay? So my leg slid out. I start pulling this up, and I start running into him. And I put my hand in the collar and start choking him immediately. Slide back a little bit. So a lot of times too, here, even from this position, if he's got his hand in the collar like this, and he cuts his hip out, and his shin's there, sometimes my knee will already be like this, like half stapled, and this leg is up, and I'm having a real hard time beating it because he's not letting me go. So what I do is I just get something on this side that I can push his hip down. And I'm active toes, I'm holding his sleeve right here, and I'm gonna use my belly to start pushing him this way. And I'm gonna windshield wipe my knee across. So as I'm up here, now, see how this leg's a problem? Smack it, step over. Elbow, pull that back to avoid, I create this space right here because I don't want that knee to come in there. See that? So I go elbow to the hip. Here now, I start sliding down his leg with my shin. Boom. And two, once I'm past, I cup this elbow and I start pulling it up. I drop my elbow to the mat and I just start putting my belly in. And I'm fed. I just karate chop the neck and I start putting a little pressure on him to where he freaks out or taps. Okay, so that's our second piece to the scissors. And the cool part is I gave you a move for both sides, and you break them down in principles. The first one was he was sweeping me, and I went with the force, and I timed it right, and I hopped over. The second one was meet the force, where I changed the angle, and literally did the exact same thing he was doing to me. I just did it on top at a better angle. Okay, so that's our scissor sweep position into like a hop over pass or a cut pass. Okay, so we're top of guard, and we've been working posture. We're going to work some posture some more, but the theme of this video is going to be about having good posture and being patient. And two, having the sensitivity to know when people are opening their guard. So this lesson is going to be about the bottom guy. He's opening his guard for us, okay? So we're going to start in Tony's guard just like this, okay? And I'm broken down, my knees are wide, he's kind of maybe hugs me however he wants, okay? So the first thing I'm going to establish, So first thing I'm going to establish first is I'm going to hand fight him. He's hugging my head. A lot of people really struggle. Double hug head me. A lot of people struggle with this. They're like, he just keeps holding my head. He keeps holding my head. So I'm going to teach you how to get out of this. His elbows are tight like that. That's super fine, okay? What I want to do is I'm going to start just wiggling in on the inside.
if I can get a hand on the inside just like this, and I'm in like that from here, I might grab his collar like this, and I might start putting some pressure into his collar, and I just chicken wing, okay? And I just kind of pull my head out. And then from here, I start working to my posture, okay? If he's got a hand right here, I push one off, bop, come in, push it off. Now from here, I start my boat rock, my rock and roll. Knee in, hands, boom, hips. I'm in my starting point now to start passing. So now, the other things that he might be doing is he might get a capture of a sleeve, okay? Now here's the thing, he's gonna be yanking that like crazy, like he's a karate man going to his horse stance, right? So when he's doing that, if I muscle back, so if he, like, just give me some like yanks, like the pull to that shoulder, oh man. If he starts doing that, and I start resisting back, he's transferring my weight forward, and I'm doing this, keep doing it and pull with your legs. See right here, oh boom, I'm done, okay? But watch this little trick. He starts pulling that sleeve, I just relax my arm, and I let my lat go. And I'm just keeping my hips engaged. So I'm all hips right now, keep pulling my arm. But if I start resisting back, just hold my hand right there. If I start resisting my arm back, watch this. I pull myself forward. So it's a trick. So just chillax, be here, hips are engaged. If he might have a double sleeve grip, that's fine. I'm just hanging out, I'm using my hips. Now he gets annoyed because I can't open his guard right now because I can't get my elbow back. But he's like, all right, well, cool, I'm going to start attacking this dude. So he opens his feet up and he starts maybe bringing his elbows in or his knees in, and he starts doing stuff like this, okay? Guard is open. Right from here, from this position, you see the V? I immediately put my knee on the inside, which is going to make it a lot harder for him. Now, from here, my hands are on the outside. So I'm literally going to pick a hand, and I literally start spiral walking in to the inside. Now I'm on the inside. Okay, now from here, my hand's on the inside of his leg, he's still holding on. I'm now gonna bring my chicken wing in here. And then from here, I'm gonna clear that off. And I'm gonna put pressure down, okay? Now I got this hand. So as this is pressuring in, this hand's gonna come around. Start pushing that off. I turn my body to the side. Now look, if I turn my body into it, push with this knee, boom, I'm gone, okay? But watch this. See how his knee's into my chest? If I got pressure into him and I turn my body and I get on the inside of his thigh, just like that, I come up, I cup his heel. Now I'm in solid position. This is what we call the L position. Spin your head that way some. See? L position. I'm on the balls of my feet right now, I'm pressured in. This is where we want to start. This is going to be our first position. So getting to this position is going to be huge, okay? And like I said, this lesson is based off of him opening the guard, okay? So we're in biceps here, I'm holding. I start rocking the boat. I get my knee under, start walking back, he goes to sleeve grips. And then from here, I'm just engaging and keeping good posture. And he immediately starts opening his guard up because he wants to start attacking. Okay, so as he's attacking right to there, as this happens, and this is super common, they open that V up, man. First thing I do with my hands is I grab him back. Because at any point, shotgun your feet through my armpits and just yank me forward. Boom, see, he can take me, okay? So when we get to this V position, I'm still got my hips in, but I'm grabbing his pants. And when I grab his pants, his feet are on my hips, I'm literally pulling his feet to my hip. Now try to do that move. He can't. So remember, I have to hold him and move me. So now I'm hanging out like this. I'm going to rock the boat again, and I'm going to get one knee up into the hole. Now he's still on my hip, that's fine. I'm going to start walking my hand over just like that. And it's going to get a little tight on the wrist, which is fine, but I'm going to chicken wing that heel off, bring my knee in. I'm pressured. I'm going to start breaking this grip right to here. I turn my body. I cup the heel. Boom, I'm into that L position. This sucks for him, okay? So this is our first position, is just getting to here. But two, the theme of today's lesson is just dealing with him opening the guard, okay? Because a lot of times, they feel all that pressure and they immediately kind of like, I get here and they immediately just kind of like disengage a little bit and go feet to the hips. Boom, and he's like feet to the hips right here. So I have one arm in, one arm out, whatever, that's fine. The arm that's in, I bring this knee up, get my combat base, connect. Now from here, I'm gonna just circle this way. Cut that in. He's still holding my sleeve, whatever, it doesn't matter. If he's holding my sleeve right here, I just grab his jacket. Boom, pop that grip, turn my body, and I get right to here. So the point is our next reference point is that L position. So we're focusing on getting to that. But once they open their guard, if they open their guard and I'm still sitting like this, here and they're opening my arms up like this, I immediately sit to here, okay, into our combat base. And then we're gonna get to that L position. Okay, got one more fun clock choke entry for you. This is gonna come from passing the guard, okay? So we're gonna tweak a little bit on how we pass the guard to, I don't wanna say force, but facilitate a roll away, right? And two, the power of suggestion of, hey, you better roll that way because if you don't, I'm gonna smash the shit out of you, is kind of the theme we're going for, okay? So we're gonna start here from guard, and you know, if his feet are on my hips, it doesn't matter really. I'm gonna do just a basic leg on shoulder pass, okay? But I'm gonna change a couple things. When I come through like this, a lot of times you'll see leg on shoulder pass, this hand comes to here, okay? Well, I'm gonna change that. I'm gonna come to here. And when I do this, I'm gonna use my pressure, so I'm on the top collar, and I wanna get about, like almost like at his throat. And I'm gonna come up and I'm gonna start pressuring into him and putting a lot of pressure into his neck like I'm gonna choke him. And I'm gonna anticipate that he's probably gonna not like that very much. And he's gonna probably start blocking my hip to take some pressure off. So as all this is happening, my thumb here is gonna start flipping this collar. And I'm gonna just kind of be here, and I still got that pressure to the neck, and I'm gonna switch the collar. Come underneath and kind of force that roll. And I'm gonna just feed that hand right into the clock choke. Now, am I passing up a couple other submissions? Yeah, there's more there, but he better get with the program really quick and roll, because if he doesn't, it's gonna suck really bad. So as I'm here just like this, I'm here like that, putting that pressure down, okay? And the other thing that might happen too is he might try to push my elbow. If he starts pushing my elbow, that's gonna help him create that roll. He clears my arm, boom, ha! I'm already underneath him. Underneath him, that sucks. Sorry, dude. Cool. So he can either block the hip or he pushes my arm across. Well, as he's pushing my arm across, my other hand's coming in, okay? And I'm gonna get that collar, and he's gonna start rolling away. And when he does, I'm just gonna punch it back through, all right? So these are just some ideas to facilitate the clock choke from a leg on shoulder pass. Leg on shoulder pass, they could roll away from you, especially if you provide enough pressure for them. And that's kind of the theme, is provide the pressure to make them roll away so they do what you want them to do. And then you're attacking them before they hit their safety position, okay? So just some fun clock choke entries for you guys. Hey guys, we're gonna do some butterfly passes today. I think the butterfly guard passing system or ideas teaches you how to have good pressure, teaches you how to deal with hooks, and it teaches you how to kind of be patient. So our first one we're gonna get into is called the headstand pass, which is kind of a brutal one if you're a big guy to a little guy, but this is a little more acrobatic and this is a little more speed oriented, but it's a good pass to start off with because of the timing. Okay, so we're gonna start just like this. Joe Beard is gonna be, I'm gonna be hanging out in his butterfly guard. So what I wanna do from here is I'm gonna push him down, get him nice and tight, get his heels tight to his butt and block his biceps. So I'm just gonna be kind of here and I suck in just like that, okay? Now what's gonna happen is I'm gonna pick a side. So I'm gonna put my head on this side, like right where his hip is, and I'm gonna drive my shoulder right into his gut. Now as that happens, okay, my hands are gonna come free. This backhand right here is gonna come underneath this leg. So it would be like if I'm doing it on this side,
here, this hand right here is going to come about right here. I'm going to almost like hug his leg. So I'll do it on this side first. So sit up for a second. So as I push him down, suck in. Now that's the time to go. I don't want to sit and hang out here. I'm going to put my shoulder in his gut. I'm going to put all my weight into his gut with my shoulder as I pop up into a headstand, and I'm going to clear his legs with this hand, and I'm going to put my body over here. Knee to the hip, and then I'm in side control. Okay, so come on back. Now, like I said, this isn't one that you want to hang out. When you've decided to go, you gotta go. Because if you lay there on top of his belly, like this, okay, and my heels are tight, and then I decide to go, he can track me with his hooks. And then from there, push my face. If he pushes my head, like pushes my face, like boom, he can hit a sweep out of it. So the timing, this is a timing drill. So once I push his butt down, I gotta go. I push him down, I suck the heels in, and then I climb over. And I get to side control. Okay, spin it around. But this is a fun one. So like I said, it's timing based. You're gonna be playing butterfly guard. Guys from here are gonna be gripping you, trying to either cross grip you like that, or double underhook you, right? So we want to just kind of be here with the T-Rex arms, block their biceps, suck their knees in, drop your shoulder, the clear of the leg. Boom. Now, stay right there. Some people, when they do this, they will literally headstand and put their feet like right there. I'm too big and too fat for that. But your little agile guys will do that, where they'll literally get like, they'll be back here, bam, with their hips. That's totally cool. Bring that knee in, get your side control. Okay, so this is the start of our butterfly passing, which is our headstand. Okay, we're going to do another butterfly pass. This is going to be like another variation of the hip shoulder one, but we're going to do it with the underhook, okay? So there's a lot of moving parts going on with this, and you have to be able to maintain pressures in multiple places, okay? So just by being in position, okay, and getting down like this, okay, a lot of times, now I'm centered spine to spine. What I want to do is try to offset. So I'm going to try to, and it's going to be hard to see with the camera, but I'm going to just move my body a little bit. I'm going to take this knee to the center of his butt and really try to kill this leg, okay? I'm going to kill that leg. I'm going to keep this one isolated, and I'm going to try to get off of this one without using my hands, okay? So I'm here. I'm going to move this knee out. I'm literally going to go out and out. So I'm going to go out, in, out. I'm literally isolating this. And then from here, what I'm going to try to do is kind of back step off of this far hook. And when I do that, I'm going to back step like this, and then I'm going to bring this leg back in, and I'm just going to keep it nice and tight. Okay? Now from here, I'm going to kind of pull myself forward, and I'm going to get the underhook with this side. All right? Now as I'm tight, I'm going to be here. I'm going to keep lots of pressure with this knee and hip into him, because I'm trying to kill this inside leg. We circle a little bit, circle, circle, circle. Okay? Keeping lots of pressure. So I'm here, right to here, and then all I'm going to do is I like to just bring this leg over the top and pinch that. Once I'm in here, I'll back step and be in. Okay? Okay, so let's turn the circle, face these guys so you can kind of see what's happening. So I'm here, boom. I'm going out, in, out, starting to work my underhook, or I'm just bicep blocking. Now from here, I'm going to kick off this hook. Back. Start bringing that knee back in. And I'm just kind of keeping it tight. Now I'm going to take this knee over the top, and I'm going to make a V. See, his knee looks like a V. Well, that's going to help me isolate his knee and hip so he can't cut the guard again. Back step. And then I'm in, okay? So, I'm doing this without my hands. The last one I used my hands to capture the foot. Okay, this one I'm not. I'm just using my body, all right? So if you can see, let's turn this way so you can see the back of me. I'm here, out, in, out, pinch, and then I'm just back stepping off, getting this back to here, and then here I'm gonna turn my body, stepping over this leg, pinching, driving, back, and coming right to there, okay? So this is like a sub variation. They may have, in our first hip and shoulder variation, I was able to swing my arm back and block with my hands. But the top guy might be holding me, and I can't do it. So you got to be able to still move your body. Hold them, and still move your body. So this is just another variation. You're going to have to play with it because obviously they're moving the whole time. So we have to stop them from moving and still move us, okay? But another variation, I'm very fond of these tight passes. And you're already doing this stuff, even if you're a beginner, because of the shin in the gut. One of the first techniques we teach is shrimp to guard. So if you intercept the shrimp to guard and that shin is across your belly, you're already doing this pass. You've done it probably hundreds of times, but now we're doing it from a different place where we're centered up, and you're getting around to that basic reference point of this. The basic reference point is just this shin in the belly. Once I understood that it was just the shin in the belly, and I'm really just high stepping around it or back stepping around it and keeping pressure, things got easier, because that's what we're doing is we're kind of just putting the puzzle pieces together, okay? So this is just another hip and shoulder. Our next pass we're going to do from the butterfly guard is going to be what we refer to as the hip shoulder pass. Okay, so this one's going to be a lot of pressure. I'm going to help you kind of learn how to untie the knot, okay? So let's see here. So if I got Joe and he's kind of playing butterfly guard on me, right? What I want to be doing is let's say we're down tight, okay? What has to happen is I have to get off of his hooks. Now, the thing that's positive for us about butterfly is if I just back away from him, I'm off the hook, okay? But if I stay forward on him, he's got the hook and he can lift. And I don't care what size you are. People from this position are very strong, okay? So what's going to happen is I'm going to be tucked like this. My hand that's on the bicep right here is going to kind of come back. Instead of a tradition I was taught, hug the leg and hug the hip. Well, if you do that, he can grab my sleeve. And if he's got my sleeve, then he can drive his knee, and then he's got a bicep grip. So get that for a second there, see? So you see, now he's got a bicep grip, so I can't get my arm back, okay? So what I want you to do is, I got my elbows tucked tight. I'm going to take this hand right here, I'm going to make a C-clamp, and I'm just going to find his shin, and I'm going to come down, and I'm just literally going to slide down his shin right there, and keep pressure. I want his heel to keep touching his butt. So when that happens, I come back here, I find his shin, and I tuck tight on this side. When I'm pushing his shin in with my hand, I can get my leg off. Once my leg is off, and we're going to circle this way a little bit so you guys can see what we're doing here. Okay? See, so I'm pushing his shin in. So once my leg is off now, I'm going to take the hand that's on this shin and I'm going to find his other foot. And I'm going to grab it. And then I'm going to put my body back into place. So now, literally, I just got one shin across the belly. Okay? So I'm tucked right there. And I'm nice and tight, but this hand that just went from this shin is now going to stay on this shin. So I got the top of his foot. I'm literally grabbing the top of his foot. Now, I'm nice and tight, tucking the bicep, okay? If I can grab material on this side, or if I can get a head hug, I'm here. All I'm going to do now is, I got nice and tight pressure. I'm going to back step here, and I'm going to keep inching around. I'm going to straighten his leg, okay? So essentially what is happening is if I were side control, watch this here. If I were side control and Joe hipped out and got his inside knee in, bam, that's the reference point. This is what we're getting to. So then, see, I'm already here. I don't want him to wiggle his knee all the way through, so I'm going to keep him tight. I swing this arm back. I grab the top of his foot. I pressure, and then I just do a little back step, straighten his leg, and then come back into side control. So I'm mixing a couple ideas together, okay? So we'll do this whole move here. So I push him down,
boom, I'm tight. I swing this hand back, and I'm pushing his shin in, high step off of that, bring this foot in. Now I'm in that basic position. Once I'm in that basic position, I'm gonna reach out and grab the top of his foot and keep my pressure and just start sliding into him. Then from here, I'm gonna back step, here, straighten his leg, and I'm back into side control, okay? And that's what's so cool, because this is a very tight pass, and this is just one little variation of it. But I think about anytime somebody's playing me right here, I'm pushing their shin in. See, just right here from us sitting up, if I'm hugging his head right here, and I literally just push his shin in with this hand and step off and push him down, boom, this position's gonna happen right here. I take this hand, I grab his foot, and I just keep pressured. And then from here, I'm gonna move off of his shin by back stepping with lots of shoulder pressure, push that in, and then I'm right there. Okay, so, but the thing is when you're playing the butterfly guard, what do I know he wants to do? Well, I know he wants to sit his hooks in. So just by right here stepping off of that hook and grabbing that guy, and even if I can just twist him down, I'm clear. But if he gets that shin in between him and I, which is fine, okay, I'm just gonna here grab his foot, walk my hips to his head and straighten his leg, and then come back. Okay, so this is a variation of our hip shoulder pass. I'm a huge fan of this one, but you gotta first be good at just getting off the hooks. And you have to get off the hooks but still maintain pressure. Okay, so here's a couple variations for you. Okay, we're gonna do another butterfly pass. This one's a fun one. This is from when they've not super engaged on you yet. They're kind of just sitting there with their feet in like a butterfly position, but we're not really super connected. They might have maybe a foot on their hip or even like one in the hook, but this is what I just call the collar sleeve pull and twist. All right. So if Joe and I are just kind of hanging out now, see, like he's keeping his distance. We're kind of like, we're not really there yet. Okay. So what's going to happen is I'm playing his hands because I don't want his hands in my collar. So I'll be breaking grips and preventing underhooks and stuff like that. But I might slap in and get a sleeve grip or a collar grip right here. And if I get a collar grip, I'm going to take this hand and I'm going to attack the same side. So when I got this hand and this hand, it's attacking on the same line. So now all I'm going to do is, and too, a lot of times when I'm playing butterfly, I'm sitting up on the balls of my feet. So I'm going to be here, and all I'm going to do is just open this leg up and pull that right to there. This is super silly. But when, scoot back just a hair. When you engage and you're like slapping partners just like this, and you're playing like that, he hasn't really connected to me yet. So this is like a pre-frame. Here, I might just go here and grab that right there, and I just step out. And the reason I'm opening this up is because if I'm here like this and I go to pull and twist, this foot can hook, boom, right to there. Or he can double hook right to there. And then if he reaches over and grabs my sleeve right to there, and we both fall down, here he lifts and then bam, sweeps me, okay? So I don't want him to do that. So by just sitting here playing, I'm on the balls of my feet, I'm sitting up, I might reach 1, 2 like this. I got that double, the grip, I got the collar grip and the pant sleeve. I open this leg up and I just pull and twist. And I can go to knee ride or down to side control, okay? So we're kind of playing, and I'll just go wham, bop, okay? Now what also might happen is if we're close and we're down like this, and he hits me and I'm just kind of holding on to his sleeves right here, bigger cramp. Here, he might hit me with the old shotgun. He hits me with that shotgun right to here. I'm sitting on his hooks. I just grab this one, and I'm literally gonna step out. I'm just gonna kind of fall to my side. Bam. Okay, and this is just another variation, which is a fun one. Let's do it again. So we're here, boom, I push down. I got my, oh, wow, see right here? I just grab that leg, and I just kind of, bop.
I can go to there. If I fall to my side, that's fine. I'm just coming in for side control. Okay, and again, this is a timing one. As you get higher in rank, you kind of got to get to them before they get to you. And even in that shotgun, if Joe shotguns me and turns the corner, I'm getting swept. So I have to bounce out and get him before he gets me, okay? So, and even in the start of our roll, if we're like this and we slap hands and knuckle bump, and I see this, because a lot of times, all right, Joe, turn and look at the camera. That's what you're looking at. So when you're looking at somebody and you're fighting them, are you thinking about entries, or are you just gonna wait for them to do what they wanna do? I'm not waiting. If I attack one side, if I just literally attack this arm and this leg, and he falls to his side, and I tippy-toe around, that gets me to the path of side control. Okay, so that's why I like this is a good opener move to start, especially when somebody's kind of just sitting under butterfly. Here is just to get right here and be playing and get this position. Because all I'm doing is I'm stepping in, pulling that, and then twisting him over, and that takes me right to side control. If I jump right into position and I sit on his hooks, that's going to cause him to, I'll be on his butterfly. So I don't want to do that. So just from this position, it's just playing that leg grab and that sleeve. This is strategy right here. And then opening up so I can't give him that angle. All right. So I'm a fan of this one. I think it's a very basic technique, but I think it gives you tactics, which is something that we need to talk about more. Okay. All right, we're gonna do another butterfly pass, but this is like one of my secret ninja tricks. Okay, so this is definitely worth it. What happens in butterfly guard? So the whole time we're passing, we want to shut down what the bottom guy's trying to do to us, right? So we are going to take advantage of some of the stuff that they're doing to us. And how we take advantage, it's the only way to take advantage of somebody in this game is to understand what they're doing to you. Once you understand what they're doing to you, and then you match the timing or beat the timing, then you can take advantage of them, okay? So if my stuff isn't working out and I know what's going to happen here, so like Joe, okay, if I push Joe down here and I keep him tight, I'm pinning him and then I can start working my tight passes. But Joe don't want to be here because he's not strong here, so he grabs the back of my triceps, pulls me forward, and then shotguns me back. Boom. Cool. I know he's going to do that. He has to. So we're going to ride that momentum. So what's going to happen is now that I know that he's going to do that to me, I'm going to play the timing and hop over to the side. So I'll push him down here. He shotguns me back. When he shotguns me back, all I'm going to do literally is I can put my hand on the mat right here, or I can put my hand on the hip, and I'm literally just going to hop over. Okay? Spin around. Now I do this a lot because like I know what people are, and that's what makes it fun, because now you know people's response systems. Here, when he shotguns me back, here I just literally clear the leg, and I'm over. Okay, one more time. This is like a cheat almost, but like I said, this is a ninja trick, okay? Here, he shotguns me back. Here, see where I'm at? All I'm literally gonna do, if I take this arm right here, I'll do it with this hand. I'm literally just gonna punch a hook. I punch the hook, and I literally just tippy-toe around my shoulder, and I'm in. But you gotta hit it in timing. But this is how you drill it too, though. I push him down, he pushes me back. Here I just drill, clear the legs, and then I'm in, okay? So, I really don't have a name for this move, so let's go ahead and name it right now. It's a shotgun, like a butterfly pass, but it's based off of timing, so it's, I don't know, what do you think, Joe?
Shovel pass.
Huh?
Shovel pass.
Shovel pass, so you can like scoop it, right? So he shotguns you back, boom. Oh, we'll call it the shotgun pass, it's easier, because that's the move that they're doing to us. So when they kick you back, you just literally scoop their legs and hop over. And like I said, it's a timing pass, but a lot of my passes now are based off of timing because I understand what they're doing to me from the bottom, all right? So, like I said, super secret ninja trick. All right, this lesson we're gonna work our half guard passing. Okay, so I'm gonna start with our basic half guard pass that Joe's gonna lay down right here. Okay, just feed me this way. So here, I'm gonna get stuck in his half guard, right? And he's gonna have his basic triangle lock around my legs. So some basic rules about half guard. And a lot of it is just making sure we keep him flat, okay? So from this position, I'm gonna dive in, I wanna get under his neck, get a basic underhook. If I get a long underhook or a short underhook, it doesn't matter to me. I'm just here and I'm here, okay? Now, what's gonna happen is I wanna at least get in, get him nice and tight, and what I like to do with my back leg, and I'll show you here on the other side, is I like to triangle my leg too, just to make sure he is pinned. Now from here, once I feel like I got him set, I'm gonna take my hand, cup his armpit right to here, and then I'm gonna start turning my hips. I'm gonna push his knee, and I'm gonna start cutting to the mount. Now if he's still got my foot, hold my foot right there, Joe. So you still got my foot triangled, posting, head down, bring this foot back. And then from here, I'm gonna peel his legs open, and then I'm in the mount. My pressure is on the side though, very important, okay? So, when we're doing this, you wanna make sure there's lots of pressure and you're not giving up little things. So a lot of times people are gonna be head huggers. Slide back here, so go. Towards me, please. Okay, so I'm in position, I got him locked down, I'm smashing him from here. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start, you'll see my hip turn, and I'm gonna kinda drop my hip, but I keep that shoulder pressure. I'm gonna come back here to the knee, start bumping that knee a little bit, and then just driving that over. And when I drive it over, I'm smashing his face, head on the mat. Now from here, I'm gonna bring my foot up, open his legs, and then I'm in a mount, just like that, okay? Try to face this way so everybody can see the other way. Okay, and there's a lot of pressure, Joe will tell you, okay? So from here, so look, he's got me stuck. The other things that I wanna avoid, I wanna keep my feet kinda tucked. I don't wanna have my foot right there, especially this one, because he can lock my foot up with like a lockdown, okay? And then that makes it hard for me to pass, and that's the whole idea. So I like to keep this back foot tucked. I get under his neck, I get under here, and I bring this foot nice and tucked, and I'll re-triangle my legs. This is just a holding position. And two, if I need to hold him down, I'll pull my heels up, like that, and that holds him down a little tighter. So I'm in position, I'm holding him, I'm gonna start progressing, driving that shoulder. Here, I start turning my hips. Push this knee, pin. He's still got my foot, which is totally fine. Come right to here, and then I'm out, okay? So this is our basic half guard pass. It's white belt stuff. But I'm gonna shoot this in a progression for you guys so you can see when this one fails, we go to the next one. When this one fails, we go to the next one. So this is our basics. The other thing that I don't want you to do, all right, one more second here, Joe. A lot of failures happen here. Is they'll get tight like this here, and they'll go to switch their hips here, and they'll push this hand right to here. Now, then they'll bring this hand back. Now, once my hands are locked back up, go ahead and start trapping this arm. Go over this arm. See right there? And I start cutting, he can just roll me. Just like that, okay? And I don't want that to happen to you guys. So, I want you guys to have a good base, get a good wide post, drive that knee to the mat. Once your knee's driven to the mat, you're halfway there, okay? Now, from a points perspective, if you mount like that and he's still got your foot stuck, the points don't count, okay? So we gotta work to get that foot back, okay? So that's our basic half guard pass. All right, in this next half guard pass, we're gonna do the cut pass, okay? So I'm gonna show it just going directly for the cut pass, and then I'm gonna show it as a continuous of the basics. So we got basic to cut. Okay, so Joe, put your head like right here in basic. Okay, so
as we're here, I'm locked up in my half guard, right? And principles of half guard, get his shoulder pinned, keep him flat, keep your feet tucked so they can't overhook your leg or lock down your leg. So from here, I want to make sure I got a good underhook. Short underhook or long underhook, doesn't matter. I come up, I get him pinned. Okay, now from here, as I'm trying to pin him, what might happen is I'm going to go from this position, then I'm going to switch to this position. So my head was over here, I'm going to switch it to over here. And I'm going to keep it pinned to the mat. Now from here, what's going to happen is I'm going to start tripoding up. I'm going to lift my butt up. So I'm pinning my head to the mat, and I'm going to start coming up like this. As I'm coming up, I'm kind of holding his leg down here, and I'm going to try and clear it. So as I'm coming up, I kind of just cleared it. So you see, my knee just kind of popped, all right? So as this starts to happen, I'm here. I got lots of pressure with my shoulder. I clear it. Then here, I'm going to cut it right to here. As I cut it, this foot here now is going to come back on his leg. I'm going to push it back as I pull my leg through. Pull his arm up. And then sit to side control, okay? Switch here for a second. So, head this way. So, you'll see, I might be here like this. Okay, I'm gonna dive in, get him flat, cross my feet for a second. I'm trying to figure out how I wanna pass. I can drop my hip this way, or I can turn my head to this side. Now from here, I'm gonna just start tripoding up, get my butt, start popping. Once I feel my knee pop, I turn to the side. Now from here, he's still got my leg, which is totally fine. A lot of times too, this hand's gonna be in the hip. So I keep lots of pressure. I kick this and rip this up. Blah. And I'm in position, okay? Spin around with your arm. So, in, bow, smashing him, grab that collar, smush, start coming up, start getting that pop, keep this pressure, pop it through, I'm in the lockdown, bang. So now, that's the basic cut pass. So, what I want to do now, okay, is, Joe, lay down, head facing the camera here, is, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go for the basic pass. I usually go for the basic pass first. So I get him locked down here like this, here, start turning my head, I start clearing this knee a little bit, okay? I'm trying to make this one work. It's not working. So from here, I'm gonna switch sides. Get that underhook, head over here. Now you'll notice my knee is on the mat. Here. Now all I'm gonna do is tripod up. And when I tripod up, I'm gonna take the knee from here to there. Here, I'm gonna go up and then over. And from here, kick that guy off, pull his hand up, and then I'm in position. Head facing this way. Okay, so this is a combo. So I'm in, so come in here, trying to make this work, can't open it up, switch to here. Then from here I go up, and then I just cut. Now he's still holding on to my foot. Take this foot here, kick it, pull it. Lift that arm up. Just like that, okay? So, that's a basic or continuous from one pass to the fail to the next pass, okay? So, but this is our cut pass from a tight half guard. Here's another half guard pass. This is one of my personal favorites. I call this the footloose because it reminds me of the movie and everybody's swinging the legs and stuff. So just a little insight for you, a little Kevin Bacon. Okay, so we're gonna get back to the flow of being able to. We're gonna start with the basic pass, the knee pound to the mount, and then your knee gets stuck. Okay, so first let's come this way just a little bit right here. All right, so I got him smashed down here. I start turning my hip. All right, I'm pushing the knee, I smash my knee down. I'm trying to hook it, it's not working. So here, I'm just gonna kind of sit up, just like this. So as I sit up, a lot of times when you bait this leg like that, they start scooping it, just like that. And they pull it over, which is perfect, okay? Because then here we sit on them, grab their bottom arm, pull them up, and then pull that leg out, okay? So I'm gonna do it, instead of waiting for him to grab my leg, I'm just gonna make the move work, okay? So from here, I smash him down, turning, I cut. Once I hit this right here, my leg comes up. And what I'm trying to do is push this hand down, step over the top, re-underhook. So I'm getting this underhook right now, and as I'm sliding down his hips. All that pressure's on him. Still got this. If he's pushing on me, whatever, yank this guy up, and I'm in position. Towards the right there. Okay, so I'm here, coming in, smash that over. Sit up, push that hand down, get this underhook. Right to there, okay? Spin this way one more time. So here, smash, knee down, come up, clear that hand, step over the top, and here, right into position, okay? So, that's what I call the foot loose, because you're swinging that leg like you're dancing, man. Okay, I got one little add-on to this, which is a bonus, okay? So, stay facing it this way, because it's gonna turn this. Lay on your back. There we go, Joe. Joe and I are building a relationship on camera. So from here, I'm gonna smash him down, turn that hip, I come right to here. I come up, I'm going foot loose. I'm trying to make this underhook work. As I'm trying to get the underhook, he gets the underhook on me. So he's underhooking on me, so I'm gonna spin this way. Still got my leg, lock it up. I'm in a reverse switch base now with a basic half guard. So if he gets the underhook, I turn completely to his feet. Then from here, I'll push him back up, or I'm gonna just start, this leg's crossed right here. See the top leg, it's crossed over. I'm just gonna pull this leg. When I pull it, I'm gonna push his foot down. Clear the leg, okay? So you wanna understand how the knot's tangled up. Last one here for your bonus shot. Here, come in, smash it to the ground. I come up, I'm immediately trying to get this to happen. So here I'm literally just gonna sit and turn my back to him. I'm right to here, okay? See how he's got his feet crossed up? Usually the traditional figure four lock. It's totally fine. Just hang tight for a second. Reach over, grab that leg. Here, push that one down. If I want, I can retangle, do a back take, but that's not the lesson today. Okay, so that's our basic half guard, it's our half guard pass, what I refer to as foot loose. You get that underhook, man, you're on top. It's beautiful. If they get the underhook, turn into them. And then work your escape from there. All right, this is going to be called the Kimura half guard pass, okay? So we're going to bait a submission to finish a pass, okay? So Joe's going to go ahead and lay down. Now, our basic control that we've been talking about is smashing just like this, okay? So now, let's get back here just a little bit. Let's say in my process of my smash, Joe gets the underhook on me. So now he's already attacking. So I'm here like this and he's got that underhook. So when he gets that underhook on me, if he keeps lifting me up high and turn on his side, he's gonna start coming around out the back door. So, the higher I am for him and the higher he is on my back, the more leverage he has. So if I smash him down, he has that underhook. First thing I wanna do is take this hand right to here, and I wanna come right to here and start smashing that arm. So I wanna get that leverage point at the farthest end for me to stop him. So this is basic underhook defense. This could be from side control or half guard. So look, so as he starts getting that underhook on me and I'm smashing him down, he starts to lift me up. Well, I just do this.
And you'll notice I'm pushing his head and I'm smashing him. And two, I'm also locking up my figure four. I'm right to here. So now I'm just kind of holding him so he stays flat. It's going to be very hard for me to get my underhook back. So what I'm going to do is take the armrest around his neck and come over the top. And I'm going to start smashing that. And I'm going to slide here and start grabbing his wrist. Once I start getting his wrist, I'm going to start pushing his wrist to the mat, down and up. So I'm going to go down and start pushing it up, start locking up a Kimura. Now from here, this is now when I'm going to start switching my hips and start coming high on him, just like that. So all my weight now is in his chest. And I'm trying to just bait this and make this really uncomfortable for him. It's a very hard submission to finish from here, okay? So what I am counting on is Joe to kind of freak out maybe a little bit, unlock his feet, and try to bump into me. That's what I'm going to post out, okay? So it's the threat that's going to help us get the pass, okay? And that's one thing that you have to understand. This is a concept, so I'm baiting him with a submission. Now, there are some ways to finish, okay? And I'll show one. But the bait, though, is pretty high for him to give up the position over the submission, okay? So, but two, we're also talking about underhook defense. So he's got me locked up. I'm coming in. Oh, man, he's got that underhook. I'm immediately just defending this. Coming over the top, working my weight up, getting his wrist, forcing it down and locking him in position. Now, if I want to try to finish this, I usually go one arm. I'll take this hand to here, and then I'll try to like sit back like that and crank it. But I'm sitting him up, but it's a one-arm Kimura. So let me go back for a second. Here, I'm like this, one-arm Kimura, just like that, okay? But let's get into that pass. So I'm high, I'm still working my hips up. I'm just kind of hanging tight for him, praying that he'll kind of freak out, and I'm gonna keep doing that. Bam, and then I'm out. Okay, and then from here, you're still set up. So I'm still set up to do my basic Kimura finish. Okay, so like I said, this isn't very fancy, but there's some really good technical insight on this when it comes to just defending the underhook. And two, let's talk about that for one more second here. Stay right there, Joe. Is if he's got that underhook on me here, just like this, and I'm kind of just defending this, if I can push his hand down, then re-underhook him, that right there was worth watching this video, okay? So, other things, I'm gonna give you one more little gem. This is for blue belts and up here. He gets the underhook on me, I'm switching, boom, I'm coming up like this. As I get this grip right here, and I pull this, instead of grabbing right here at the bone of the wrist, I always grab the hand. So I grab the hand and I rip it. And then from here, a lot of times, as I rip it up, I'll push it down and then just go right into a wrist lock. So that's a basic wrist lock. So as I'm here like this, or two, I can push his elbow into the crook of my elbow and just push that down just like that. And it's a tap right away. So that's a good threat to get on people. Joe doesn't like that very much. So, but that's our Kimura pass. You have a Kimura pass, a Kimura finish, and a wrist lock. All right, we're going to do another half guard pass, but this one's going to go half guard to back take from the top. Okay, so I'm going to have Joe down, his head's going to face that way. I'm going to do a lot of the same stuff, okay? So I'm going to come in for position right to here. I'm going to smash him. I'm going to start turning my hip. I'm pushing this knee. I get to this position right to here, okay? Now, our last one, I pushed this hand down and I stepped over. Well, now what I'm going to do is, if he's got this hand up, I'm going to clear this hand right to here, and then I'm going to drop this knee and bring this knee up. And then from here, I'm going to come in for a seatbelt grip, chair sit. Back take, right there, okay? Do it one more time from that position so you can see, and then we'll do it from the other side, okay? But now remember, you gotta deal with this hand. So I'm in, smashing, I push this down, I post, I come up, clear this hand, switch my position, get my seatbelt grip. I'm high, my knee's high behind his head. They call this the chair sit. So I'm just gonna sit here and then pull him right to here, okay? This is a pretty simple one, but it's pretty cool. All right, so now here, smashing him down, pushing his knee, post, up, clear this arm, switch my position. I got my grip, I just pull right here for the chair sit. Now, I insert my hook. Now, some of you guys are gonna be like, hey, this is a great opportunity. Top hand, I can't really choke him because it's weak side. But you can put that hand in the collar. Just like that, foot on the hip, and then start pushing down and pulling, okay? Or two, as I'm here like this, I bait by letting that leg straight. He goes to slide off of it, and then I just turn, and then I'm back in the strong side. Okay, so let's add that piece in. All right, we'll add that bait in, which makes it kind of fun. Here, smashing, knee down, up and clear, in position. I go right to here. Get the top hook first. Once I get this top hook, I'll bait the bottom. He goes to clear. Now all I'm gonna do is hug tight, hold this, and then from here, just switch my hips over. Pop, and then I got him back over the top. And then from here, rear naked choke. Okay, so this is the basics. If you don't get the understanding of the hip switch, we'll shoot another video on all just back stuff, okay? But for right now, this is basic half guard pass, clear the arm, chair sit, back take.